Okay, today you guys actually get to play one of my favorite games that we'll be doing or looking at this unit. And so there's a couple things I have to really say at the beginning part. The most important thing you do when you go to today's task, besides doing your learning target, besides doing your warm-up, is to read the step that includes this instruction in this video. So it says watch this video, which you're currently doing, and then start playing the computer game. There's times where it might say just play the computer game or explore it. There might be times where it says try to get a high score. There might be times where today's task says go ahead and fill out a reflection sheet. And so before we start the game, so Oligarchy, when you actually type it and spell it correctly, you'll notice that there's a red line underneath. And because it is actually not, as I go to Google here, it's actually not a real word. So if I type in the name of the game, you'll notice that the game will show up, but sometimes it'll say, hey, do you mean or do you want this result, excuse me. So an oligarchy, which is a real word, not oligarchy. An oligarchy is a small group of people who have control of a country, an organization and an institution. So basically, a small group of people runs a country. An oligarchy is a play on words.
Antonio Reese, please come to the office. Antonio Reese, please come to the office.
An oligarchy is kind of a play on words suggesting an oil company will take over the world. So you can either search for oligarchy on Google, or you can come back here and click the link I've included in OneNote. Either way, it's completely fine. So when I click on it, the first thing you'll realize is that yes, this game has its own soundtrack, and yes, it is awesome, but it also gets really, really repetitive. So the first thing you should do is to go ahead and click sound off. It'll save yourself a headache. If you want to make the screen or the area bigger that you're playing in, you simply press Control Plus on your keyboard a couple times, and it'll make it bigger. So when you click play, there's going to be a bunch of boxes that come up. And if you go back to today's task, it says just start playing the computer game or start learning about the computer game. You can actually just go ahead and press X and click out of all of those boxes. If your purpose was to get a high score, or if your purpose was to fill out your reflection, you should go through and read those boxes, because without reading those boxes or reading the pop-ups, you'll not be able to get a high score and you'll not be able to complete your reflection. So the game is very, very basically simple. You're starting in year 1946, and here's your bank account. Price of oil is $10. These two stats you really don't need to worry about. What happens is you search for oil by going to actions and kind of using your sonar. And so as I drop sonar, it's searching for oil and these question marks disappear. It also, searching for sonar, cost me some money. So after I found some oil, I can go and I can drop some wells. And when the wells are built, kind of tubes come down, take the oil out of the ground, the natural resources. And so if a year passes, so let's say that's as much as I want to do this year, I go and click this kind of triangle-ish thing. It goes to year 1947. I have $2,397. 1948, you can see that number slowly goes up. So what you need to do is you need to go to different parts of the world, search for oil, and get it out of the ground. There's some parts of the world you'll need to unlock, like Alaska. You can't, there's a question mark. Like Iraq, there's a question mark. How you unlock those places is every once in a while, you'll come along to an election. You can participate in the election or you can skip it. I'd click participate. What you do is you click a couple times, and every time you click, you're losing money. But if you help one of these guys win, so I just clicked it, I now have 4 guys that like oil. There's some people that do not know what they want, and there's nobody that likes the earth. No one tell Miss Johnson. So when you come here and you've got the majority of people that like oil, including the president, you can unlock the secret room, and you can have them do things that will open this up for oil. So by reading the pop-ups, by participating in the elections, you will eventually be able to raise and get this number hopefully as high as possible before the year runs out. A couple other things. Once again, it's super important that you read this down here to figure out your purpose. if your purpose is to fill out a reflection sheet that may or may not look like this, make sure that you take time to go ahead and answer these questions. Why you can't drill in Alaska? Why I cannot drill in Iraq? What does this button do? And it's kind of hidden throughout the game. Right now, Miss Patterson's high score, if you can see right here, and if you don't believe me, you can pause it, is just over $4 million. There's a student last year that got over $12 million by reading through all the pop-up boxes. So you can try to go ahead and set that new record. Once again, I hope that you enjoyed playing this, and yeah, we're good. Hopefully you guys aren't too salty.